Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Super League on what is my final appearance of the season. And yes, that means the party glasses are out. I am ready to have some fun. It was good on Thursday. Let's hope it is just as good today. Sadly, the guest I had lined up for CoCom seems to be MIA this evening, but thankfully, the capital L in is there one that serves me right for typing them up a bit quick, just trying to keep a ticker going for entertainment. Thankfully, as I say, one of the all-time Super League greats has stepped in at the last minute to relive old times, really, because we've done this a fair few times together. Let's stop you guys having strobe lighting effects there. Good evening, as I say, to one of the all-time greats. Evening, Steve.
Evening, Matt. How are we doing?
Very good, thank you. How are you? How were the birthday celebrations, first and foremost?
Oh, fantastic, mate. Up in, I've never been up for a little break up in Lake District. I think we were probably 45 minutes or so away from where Mr. Edwards were posting his video this morning. It's great to see a bit of proper content back out again. But yeah, they were good, mate. We really enjoyed it. And then we were Wednesday to Friday, come back in work Saturday, so it ruined it straight away, but these things happen. But no, they were great, mate. Thank you very much.
Good. I'm glad. And it's been a while since me and you have done, well, anything together on screen. Obviously, Super League being the main thing. So what's, for anyone who doesn't speak to you on the daily or weekly, what's new?
Oh, pretty much nothing, mate. In fairness, just work. Just work. And obviously, everybody knew it. We're a big joke with Duggan and Wooder, especially when I found my my lovely girlfriend, and but so yeah, it's all moved in together.
It's all like proper adulty now, is it?
Yeah, proper, mate. Yeah, it's
lad.
Something never expected or never wanted again, but it just happens, doesn't it?
Just happens. Good.
And
I'm glad it has.
It will happen for you, don't you worry.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I appreciate that. In the meantime, I'm quite happy just third wheeling everyone else's relationships right now. Tato says, "How come we're on again?" Because I got my hands back on the save, Tato, and I decided, fuck it, we're going again. I decided and then told Martin that that's what I was doing, and just ended the message. Hope that's okay.
who's he saying about his happy little face? Is it my little happy little
Your
face?
happy little face, yeah.
Your
Saying
happy
that you're
little
all
face
moved in
being
with
back
your
involved, I don't know.
girlfriend.
Oh yeah, but is it? But your happy little face being back involved and enjoying it, and said, "Fuck it, we're going again on Sunday." So could be both of us here, mate.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the reaction from the majority of you when I announced it on Thursday, I think you were all quite happy that we were going again today.
Oh yeah, well, like I say, that's where obviously it was great on Thursday to have all thing. Obviously, like I say, we were up there. Luckily, I was back where we were because the reception was terrible. But then Smuts texted me saying you're on, so I managed to jump on because I just got back to his pod that we were staying in and Wi-Fi were on, and managed to get back on. But yeah, no, honestly, great to have you back involved, helping out, mate. And it's great.
Oh, don't get too used to it, mate. This is it. After today, again, until Martin goes on his next excursion, this is it. So this is my only input in this season leading into the playoffs until Martin sends out the. In fact, have I still got it? This is my only involvement unless the older signal goes out again to come and save the day.
Great picture.
Great picture. Historic. I have to say, again, thank you to all the managers for being so receptive for me being back this week and sending everything in. And as you say, I've seen a bit of content going out again, which is nice. It's felt like the old days, a bit of banter in the chat, a bit of banter online. And it's been lovely. Thanks to Hodgie for doing my pundit prediction thing as well today. It was
enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was very, very good to again keep bringing people back and getting people involved. It's nice. It's nice that the community is still there. Steve, no pressure, but I have 3 people on with me on Thursday, and now you need to do the job of 3 people to entertain the millions of viewers around the world.
That's fair enough.
Are you up for the challenge?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Done it many a time before, and I got a lovely message from Alf earlier about saying he thinks he will get a result tonight, and he really hopes I met the playoffs. But I said to him, I've won 3 on bounce now, and I've stayed in 8th throughout that whole time. I said, the game don't like you doing 3 on bounce, Alf. So I'm not expecting good tonight, but it's very tight. It's very tight, isn't it, man?
It is very tight, and again, I've been. As you know, because you do keep an eye on all things, I've been trying my best over the last sort of 24, 48 hours to put bits of content out there to prompt discussion and stuff. And this race for the playoffs, it seems to get said every year, but this is another fantastic one. I mean, you just look realistically at anyone from sort of Sancte in 9th right up to East Coast in 1st or going to get playoff places. Whoever loses out is going to be unlucky to do so. I think Smut said the other night, he's finally got to that lucky number 38, but 38 is not going to be enough this year.
No, it does. It happens every year where they say everybody's tight. I mean, we have them seasons where we've all been involved long enough where you think you've had somebody scraping in on 35, 34, 35 points. But it just seems to be... the good thing is, we've got people involved in the league now that haven't been involved through the tight seasons, yet it as tight as it is, we newer people involved as well, which is good. But I do think, obviously, I know everything's been put about what happens next after this season. We've got a few new managers in that probably benefit from a redraft. I'm not worried, although all my team will be 78 on pitch next season, regardless. But yeah, I feel it's tight. It's felt like for a long time, personally.
Good. Well, we've got an enjoyable couple of game weeks left before the playoffs, and I was just showing there it's equally tight at the bottom. There's 5 points separating 14th from Sloths in 10th, so this could be enjoyable. I did post one thing out, Steve. You've been involved long enough. I don't remember this happening. So this is tonight's fixtures, and then Martin will take over again for this round, and then bizarrely we've got this sort of 4-3 split going on.
I think it's because Martin's been the most relaxed Martin ever and let some out-of-league transfers just happen. And there's might be plenty of foreigners involved. And
international ranks?
Yeah, I mean, I've got 1, 2. I think I've got 2, but they're both in reserves. Oh, nice to see you talking about. I've posted a video of the.
I saw this.
I started watching it when I was in Bath of all places. I thought I still want to watch it right through, because it just a really good watch. But yeah, it must be to do with the amount of the foreigners that Martin's allowed anybody to just go nuts and just because it's absolutely great as well to see Martin be as Martin is, but a relaxed version of Martin, and just let you bring whatever you want in until you get to a point.
Another Super League great that deserves a statue building at CMSL HQ.
Yeah, 100%. But it's just got to be due to the amount of foreigners that are probably knocking about. I think it's supposed to be Ross. Like he found Kohler's regen. I think he's got a few more foreigners than most. What? Sorry, man.
It's all right, mate. You deal with that for a second, and I'll get us started. Just a reminder.
My lad's got out of bath and he hasn't took no jammers with him, so I need some jammers thrown in. So
no worries. You go. Take care. Before we get started, just a reminder, a few things we know is going on. I've been sharing various CM content, not even just 0102. While I've had access to the Twitter page. Go and support each other. It's always worth it. If everyone involved could make sure they like the YouTube video, it just helps the algorithms when people are searching for like retro gaming, retro football, that kind of thing. Massive help. Again, sharing a link to this video out on all of your Twitter accounts just to help new people find it, because there's always new people out there ready to get involved. And of course, I don't know if anyone else is. If they are, I'd be happy to give them a shout out. But I was out with Smuts this morning. Most of you will know now that he's doing a challenge. I think it's to walk 60 miles in the month of June. So I, after staying up all night to watch Money in the Bank, going to bed at 4 a.m., I met him at a local park at 9 a.m. this morning. Me, my lad, him, his kids, and his missus, and we went and did another 4 miles. All the links are all over both of our socials. If you are able to, I know he'd very much appreciate a little donation. I want to say I'm sure he'll correct me. I want to say it's in support of Tommy's, which is a charity obviously very close to his heart. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on. I've been asked if we can have... No worries, mate. No worries. Anytime at all. I've been asked if Alex can go late. So as best as we can, we will have Stackington against Vikings on late. Smuts hanging around parks again. I've also been asked if Scott can go early, and he is LSK these days. So we're going to start with Northern Burn and LSK. That is where we'll start while we wait for Steve to come back. Also, just one more thing from me. Again, massive thank you for again, I had a few messages from people after Thursday's show. I really, really appreciate it. I still very much love being involved whenever I can. So thank you. It does mean a lot. And of course, keep your eye out on my socials, because there's a few things happening kind of linked to my Fools Rush In stuff, but wider than just Swindon Town. And where possible, I'd love to collab with some of you guys on some stuff that I'm looking to do. It'd be great to merge all of the communities together, is what I'm saying. So please do. Steve, welcome back.
I'm back.
I've managed to fill 2 minutes. We're going to start. Scott asked for an early game, so we're going to start with Burn versus LSK. Obviously, a game with huge playoff implications, 4th versus 6th. I don't know if it's normally done, but because it was something I was talking about on the socials, I sent everyone their reserves as part of their pack as well. And I know some managers have taken something from that, and Scott being one of them. Diego Tristan being called up, possibly to do with the injury to Olasadabi, but he's called him up and put him on the bench. Lasisi suspended, Leon Pio injured, so he has seen a slight alteration. It's his usual formation, but there has been some alterations. For example, Silvestri is back today. I believe there was a change in the DM line as well. What do you make of this team? I know the big talking point was the fact that Carlos Jacques continues to play up front.
Yeah, which it's somewhere I've never played him, in fairness, but Scott knows that player more than anybody else does. For me personally, I don't like Brozek and AMC. He does things at AMC he did for Burn, like whenever at Burn, but he's one of them that's at FC that's a striker. But I think he's done well. Scott, he did some good deals. He came back in. I think he came back in of a time where he just dipped his toes, but obviously with this whole other league that's going on, where it streams a little bit, this that and other, it seems like he's got really back involved, back in a champ again, and he's doing fantastically well. I think obviously we did a big deal before this season started when Dyer went to him. I can't remember what the whole deal was. Obviously, Dyer were there, but again, he might be one of these that are really involved with, like, because of this split game weeks. You look at Franny Jeffers, you're looking at obviously the other guys. There's a fair few foreigners in there, which you can't knock that he's trying to get a bit of, as Scotland. He loves. He's. I think he's a level down from Dan Megaros from knowing the database, but I think Scott's probably better than most of us are knowing extras that he's learned about and etc. But I think it's a massively strong side. I just think his AMCs and just might be letting him down a little bit in terms of winning it type thing.
As for Burn, just one alteration from last time out where they beat Haggis 2-1 away from home. Youngberg is suspended, so Ndai's back in. He swaps places, which sees Vieira move slightly further forward to partner Veron in the centre of that midfield.
Yeah, it's sickening, that, isn't it? Again, I've got my own personal opinions on it. Veron's is a myth. Amar's a myth, but they've both all been doing well for him. That configuration of that Veron, Amar, Rui Costa I might not do that myself, but end of the day, he had Riquelme playing in that AMC with an arrow who did really well for him. So you can't knock anything that Ian does after all this time at league, and he's gone through his trials and tribulations, gone from burying people in Abbey, and but it's just a strong side. I'm surprised they've not been as consistent as they have been, but it seemed like they're really coming into form in it, especially at the right time as well.
Oh, of course, it's ghost gamed. Of course it has. The one game that was asked to go early. Well, sorry, Scott, it's not going to happen. Let's just start from the top. No, Alex wants late. Let's start from the second top and work from there then. So do you want to go early or do you want to go late?
Yeah, just get out of the way, mate.
Get out of the way? All right. So we've got you're hosting Alf Sloths. He's without the suspended Bishkan. He's made a big thing. I saw in the group chat earlier. I think it was yesterday even that somebody was getting a surprise inclusion. This is the team in full. The surprise inclusion is Sebastian Kell being recalled to the lineup and taking the captain's armband. You were talking about Super League myths. Zidane is back in at AM as well. He recognised, although it worked for him on Thursday, he recognised the error of his ways in terms of squad submission to Martin, and he's gone with sort of recognised players in their recognised positions this time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in Cal, obviously, not many people might know. It depends how long you've been following this. Sebastian Kell's a massive favourite of Al's, like underrated. He's a good player. It's a strong formation, which shouldn't be really. But Manuel Pablo is a very good player. He's Deportivo, and he's one of them that I've looked at in background before when we've done his own picks. You know, we've had a squad of etc. and you do your own picks as a right wing back. Very, very good player, and obviously he's doing all right. He's got an assist in 9 there for looking at that, which sometimes DMR is the hardest position I reckon to get output from, really. But yeah, it's not the strongest of sides, but there's some really strong parts to it. But yeah, it's. I think Alf would be one of them that would benefit from a redraft should it happen. If I'm honest.
As for your side, Sand and Gattuso still not quite fit enough to play. Maldini and Carlos running that tightrope of suspension. But in terms of your squad submission, it was Sigalko returning with Luca Toni dropping to the bench. And I also believe Vogel returning.
Yeah, I mean, Vogel's been brilliant for us since he come in. Got him from Fulchester. They were a big deal. I offered him 3 players that never play for us, but did really well. And for a DMC, 7.67 is not great, but it's where would you play him? Tony scored, didn't he, other night, and that were a big toss up. Do you? But it's Sigalko, isn't it? You can't. You've got to bring him back in. But that's why I threw him on bench. But yeah, I think we've got a side that's okay to compete. This is obviously, if it goes on next season, I think I need to do some real work in terms of a couple of players. So yeah.
Let's get predictions in the chat. Fuck off! That's not another one.
Oh dear!
Jesus Christ! This is going to be fun, isn't it? Oh well, at least we're just previewing all the games, and we'll just speed run through all of them. That's good.
Get through it.
All right, let's try Exiles Haggis then. See if that's any better. Exiles, the only team not to officially submit anything, so they've just gone as is from their 3-0 defeat at Sancte. No alterations at all. I'm not sure how I feel about teams playing this. I get this, but I'm not sure about the long line from the centre of midfield. As for Haggis, the news along the ticker, Samau out for month, Montella also injured for this game. Another team to take up the option of reserve alterations. Javan promoted, as was Nicolau for Gilhen and Monterrubio were the 2 that got put down. And this is the team. Not too... The big change, Sand drops to the bench. Tradze taking his place, and Tomadira takes the secondary striker's place.
Yeah, I mean, Ibrahim Said, and Tradze has been unbelievable for Ian. In my opinion, would I have put Side there? Definitely, in my opinion. Be interested to see what his average rating is. But yeah, I think he's not been the greatest, and he doesn't look the greatest and like to develop overly well. But again, it's Ibrahim Said. I think in the main, I saw what you said about maybe putting Figo on right and this, that, and other. I maybe agree with him. I don't like Figo myself, tops, but that's the only thing I feel with Ian here, if his first 11 doesn't do it, there's nothing on the bench there that'll come on and change a game. So he needs his first 11 to do it, and that's seems to be where it's gone over the last couple of seasons with transfers, etc.
Well, we actually have a game, Steve. So
yeah.
I will ask everyone that is watching, start firing through some predictions in the chat, please. And as we finally kick off a game, what's your score prediction for this one, please?
I'll give it a 1 apiece, mate.
A 1 apiece. Both teams lost on Thursday, so looking to bounce back. Exiles from that 3-0 defeat, Haggis from that 2-1 against Bern. Plenty of purple text in the opening 20-odd minutes of this game. Can they make the pressure count? Seeing Vieri's name, Samuel goes in the book. There is an injury, and it's a big one with Tamazi going off. Obviously, Rox is a different animal, another one who knows all these sorts of rogue players and introduces them to other people. But Tamazi is one of those Super League stalwarts, so you'll be hoping that that's not long-term injury.
Yeah, I mean, he was great for Duzil in that when we won it. We had him at that point. We swapped him with Rob for Totti. I mean, obviously, you look at Santos. Normally, you go Lusanov, but Santos is a big favourite of Rox, so I agree with Santos personally.
I haven't seen Rocks in the chat, and given that he hasn't submitted, I'm presuming he's busy this week anyway. So we'll go with that, and we shall resume the action. Exiles did seem to be the better of the sides up until that point, but Anelka has scored to give Haggis the lead. As we come up towards half-time, there is the half-time whistle, and that injury has changed the game, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at match stats, it seemed. I mean, yeah, that absolutely tells the tale of what watching it. Sometimes watching it when Exiles could have been all their colour, and then Aggies could have had 5-2, and they could have had 2-1 or whatever. But feels like a goal might still come for Exiles, so the prediction still might not be too far away.
I don't think I've seen Ian in the chat either. Oh no, he did. He said good evening earlier. So I have done the Exile stuff. So I'll give Ian 30 seconds to decide if he wants to do anything. First thing that I noticed straight away there, a few yellow cards for some key personnel.
Yeah, I mean, first thing I looked at was Figo assist after we were talking about Figo and Odgie saying play him on right and stuff as well. But yeah, you've got two best centre halves in league, in my opinion. And plus he's been good as Cruz. Obviously, Smau has been very good for him as well. So he's obviously having to move him. But yeah, so he's.
Well, it is Cruz that's coming off for Carr in the only change at half time. Do you understand that one?
Yeah, I do a bit because he brought Carr on last game week as well, I believe. So
again, it looks like Exiles have started strong, but Haggis starting to build up their own attacks as well. They hit the crossbar, and lots of purple text. And there's the equaliser for Cassano just before the hour mark. Big time to score that goal, Steve.
Yeah, and I'm not sure from what we've seen. I'm not sure there's a winner coming either way. I know I said one apiece, and I mean everything looks like. Oh, I mean apart from Tetradze, who's probably, like I say, I mean I'm no person to talk about people with Zimmer frames. Obviously, he's knocking on a bit now. Maybe a Saeed, just a bit of fresh legs in that DMC line, just to freshen it up against the attack. But in any point away from home, any points in Super League is massive. It helps you so much. It's a tough gig.
Smuts is saying little ones awake, so stay there till late if you can. Well, yours goes gamed anyway, so yeah, no worries, not a problem. And Ian is listening to you, Steve, and it is that change as you described it. Saeed coming on, fresh legs in the middle of the park.
He's made his own decision there, mate. I'm not one to be listened to, in fairness. I won't swap strikers as a proper Ian.
He's learned from the best, hasn't he? And then just a quick look at the Exiles for as and when Rocks watches this back. A couple of 9 ratings in there again.
Yeah, I mean, bro, Juarez. Obviously, I'd seen that Odgie said that he didn't know Juarez well, which surprised me a little bit. I think it shows that. I don't think Odgie knows the database as much as a few of us do, but good developed. But a 9 there for Juarez. But I agree with what he said about playing somebody else over him.
Into the final few minutes, are we going to get a winner? Exiles denied a classic goal. Into injury time, and there's the final whistle. And the first match of the night ends 1 apiece.
Oh well, where's that CMSL 102 bucket that wouldn't used to be about?
Smuts was reminding me of he won the Predictions League once, just saying every game was going to finish 1 apiece. We were just talking about him, and Raul picks up the Man of the Match award.
Yeah, I think that's I don't know, but obviously he's had a couple of shots and assists. He's enigma, but he's one of them. And I know the dreaded name Ryan. He said, I just think sometimes if you've got these players that are top level players, I know things happen in game with creativity, bugs, this, that, and other. Ryan always said, if you have them in your team, they will do well at some point. And as he had him in his Phoenix side. But bloody hell, they've tried kicking living hell out of Exiles of Haggis there, looking at all them yellow cards.
Would you be at all concerned if you were a supporter of Exiles that they're dropping points at the wrong time of the season?
No, I mean, you look at, I think if you're looking at the side, you're looking at their formation they're playing. Personally, I think they're having an uphill battle most games just because he's got a lot of favourites, which I'm absolutely all for. Like, you look in there, you look at Cassano. Mike Duff did all right for Ian in the last iteration.
Yeah.
Charlie Chaos. There's going to come a point where they're not at level up top players. That's just my opinion. But
absolutely. Next, we come to Fulchester versus Sancte, and there is a lot of pressure on Dan at the moment. We, as per the ticker along the bottom, there has been a supporters' protest at training this week. Not happy with the way the club is being run. Currently 11th in the division in that group of 5, battling to not finish bottom. Iteration bingo alert, says Dimble, evening Dimble, who also sends an evening message. This is huge because, you know, if it goes wrong, could we see a rare Super League sacking?
I mean, it's happened beforehand, but I don't think it's ever happened live. I mean,
formation change?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, Dan's obviously, he knows the game. He's very good at the game. I think this, for me, playing them players in central midfield, doing what they're doing, is not for me.
Okay.
Oh, Lamy, right back. Who's that? Lamy's a very good player, which I just think it's not the strongest. You've got Lucio, Georgiatos.
Do you think he has stronger players not playing?
I mean, I know he's a big, massive fan of Dielson, mine, but no, I don't think he has. I just think the squad's ended up pretty weak. I can't see what else would make that stronger from anything I've just seen there, mate. Really, maybe Pizarro starting, but it's been crap for him. So that's.
Sancte is still without Cambiasso and Smertin, who are unavailable through injury. They line up pretty similar to how they did last time. Obviously, Cambiasso was involved, however. Placente, another reserve player who has found his way back into the first team.
Yeah, I think he's found a little bit of something. See, I'm looking at Duggan's comment in there. There's players there dotted about that are good, but playing Diego Placente at the MC is just absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. I'd rather play a Kibu or a Chris Perry or something there, but
that surprises me because Chris Perry, I know he's a Dudley Hill legend, but you know, Chris Perry centre back. You're saying you would rather play him in holding midfield than Placente, who typically would be your wide left player, but actually has DM in his positional play.
Yeah, definitely, because he hasn't played all season as well. But I just think he's got some players that when they turn up well. But it's if and when they turn up. That's the thing. You've had Roy, Ortega, your Riquelme, who turns up once every 6 games. It's a reasonable side. But again, he's one of these that might be causing this split game. You got Tikhonov, you got Browers, causing the split game because everybody's on national duty. So,
okay. Good. That's 3 out of 4 so far.
Jesus Christ! I've never ever seen that in my life.
So we want to skip that one because the kids are awake. Let's go here then. Badger Stanley. Let's try this one. See how we get on. For the away team, Nicky Butt suspended, sees Gianna Cheddar come in. They had that late winner against Stackington last time out. That is the only change for them. The rest remains the same. They're one of the few teams playing a slightly different formation. This sort of, if you go back to olden Super League times, is sort of alpha narrow, if you like. So interesting to see. Yeah. Savage obviously scored for Savage last time out. Gary Neville.
I played that for a little while with Duzziel. Not so many arrows with the AMCs, but the arrows out. Is an Ian Fidden, I think it was, that we're going that way. It can work. It can work, which I'm glad Mike's doing something could be Super League-ish rather than his 4-4-2 that it is, which, again, I massively appreciate somebody trying something different, try to get some results, but it might get a couple of results and then it's going to start faltering. So,
as for Badgers, Zanetti returns to the starting 11. He moves to the right-hand side. Scally drops to the bench. Di Biagio moves to the centre of that Diego free.
Yeah, good side. It's a massive good side. David Collins did fantastic for us. We had a deal, and I just think we had given Henri Collins. I think I just think the stronger than it seems like at minute. I think they're going to be. I won't be surprised to see Badgers in final anyway. That's what I'm going to say this season.
Okay, well, this one we're allowed to play. So, again, I will ask people in the chat, start firing through some predictions, please. Steve, Badgers, Stanley, score prediction, please.
2-0 Badgers.
2-0 to the Badgers. Let's see if you are correct. Good result. Well, as we said for Stanley last time out, late drama, so we know they will go to the very end. Worth keeping an eye. Yellow card for Paredes inside the first 5 minutes. A lot of text inside the first 10. And there's Mendieta, his first of the season, to give the home side the lead. And almost a quick-fire double. Your 2-0 prediction was almost right inside 20 minutes. Another yellow card given out there. Very Badgers heavy, the text at the moment. And there is the goal for Roberts to make it 2-0. And you fear at this point, it's been disallowed. It was nearly free on the stroke of halftime. You fear for Stanley, though, don't you, Steve, as to how this second half might go?
I mean, it's where I thought it would be at this present time. So I just, that narrow against when you got Ryan Giggs on. I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Giggs has got an assist. That's again, if Brian Giggs has got an assist, Mendieta has got a goal playing out wide. It's just, against the narrow. I just think his wide men have just probably got too much for it.
Tato, unsurprisingly, going as is. Quick check on their individual ratings, though. Anything jump out at you there, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, Mendieta's having a world, isn't he? Assist, goal, and playing out on right hand side. And I mean, you got Dilly on a 5. I certainly won't be taking him off, because he has got the ability to do something. And I don't think there's much on his bench that can change anything for him, unfortunately. And again, I do think Mike now is another one that might maybe sort of benefit from a redraft should it happen after this season, because he's been about it enough where he knows what players are and done better deals. As things have gone on, he's got better deals. So it could well be the best thing for everybody involved, but that's up to man and what he wants to do with it.
Absolutely. We know Taylor's gone as is. I'm scrolling up to see if I've seen Mike in the chat yet. I'm not sure I have, in which case we will continue on to 60. Just double checking that is the case. Can't see his name anywhere in the chat so far tonight. So let's carry on to the hour point. Excuse me. Do you foresee Leeds surviving in the Premier League next season?
Yes, I do.
You know that all 3 teams that got promoted got relegated this year?
That's with a sensible head. Wolves are losing the best players. West Ham up and down. A sensible head says, I think we've got a good chance of finishing 17th. That's all I'll say.
And you will take 17th right now if it's offered to you.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Just whisk a year off my life and just have it done with.
So we've got Scally coming on for Paredes and Keane coming on for, where is he? Collins. Try to stem the Stanley tide.
Stem the Stanley tide, but you ain't changing formation. So how does that stem the tide if you're not changing formation? But anyhow.
For the benefit of when Mike watches this back, Neville and Day having absolute shockers, as is the much talked about the other night, Bohan Jordik.
Yeah, I mean, he's all right. I mean, I love, personally, on a home save, etc. I love Bojan Jordik, me. I love it. I love him. And I think I brought him in, and he played 1 or 2 games for me, like in the last versions, etc. But yeah, I just think it's a bit
Me
far.
and Smuts were both desperately trying to get him on loan in our Russell network save, but he's now playing for Man United's first team. So Stanley have got 1. They're not going to do this again, are they? Surely not. Surely not. Cool. There's the full-time whistle. Badgers survive, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, if it would have got another one back, it'd have been quite favourable for me. But yeah, they just seem good Badgers.
The best right mid in the game was the quote in the chat, and Mendy had to pick up a Man of the Match award.
Yeah, I think that's his position. I mean, obviously, when Ian won it and he was playing centre midfield in that Aggies team, probably a little bit wasted. He did okay. I think he was a little bit wasted. And I agree with you. I think as a right midfielder, he's unbelievable. But everybody has their own different views on different players, etc.
Well, exactly. That's why I posted the thing about putting a whole new Australia team together of players that I think should be first team players in the Super League.
Yeah, why is Filippo Inzaghi stacking it in reserves?
Why is half of Stackington's reserves in Stackington's reserves?
I think more so with Inzaghi because in this save, he's been brilliant.
I believe, because I do talk to Alex a little bit, I believe the reason he put him down there, it's only a recent thing, is to try and score some goals in the reserves and build his confidence again.
I think stuff like that in this league. You want your best players playing, that's it. And just let him go with it. That's why I've put Maxim back in tonight, even though Tony scored. But again, it's that, I understand it, it's that naivety of being very good at champ, but coming into something like this, it's different. It's so
Marcos
different.
tried his best for Stanley, but unfortunately, just the rest of the team, it wasn't good enough tonight.
Yeah, and again, he's one of. I think he's one of them that Scott likes. It's been Andre and Marcos. I think he loves them both. But yeah, that's poor do.
Right, let's go. Yeah, let's do this one then. Well, we'll try and do this one. So big game at the top of the table. It's the top 2. A chance for Smuts to close in on Coast, but he was fearing this because of what happened to Coast's game in midweek. This is the team that Smuts has put out first. He wants the computer to decide who's captain. Because of Keane's red cards, Elias comes back in to the centre of that DM line. Everything else remains the same. Goalkeeper was highlighted by Hodgie as the area that this Foss team needs, well, not needs improving, but if you could improve it, it would be the area that could be improved. Interesting that they have got such a fantastic defensive record, though, this season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but you find a place for Totti in that team, whether it's on left for Cole, up front, in AMC for that twat. I don't know. In the Atlantic League, I end up with Totti, and I played him on left wing. He did fantastic for a spell. The team unbelievably strong, and then you've got Totti, you've got Saviola on bench, and yeah, you got to find a place for him. It's for them, and I hate going back to what Ryan says about having the best players in your team, even though they're meths. I think that's the best way to call them. But yeah, Totti should be in that lineup somewhere, in my opinion. But it's a very good side. They've been set up very well. And this is going to be probably one of the most interesting games at season so far with how good East Coast are.
The injury to Torres sees a slight tactical tweak. Robin comes back into the starting lineup on the left wing. Reyes drops to the bench. But other than that, it's unchanged. Alf saying that East Coast morale must be low after losing to the Sloths last time out. We'll get to play this one. We will. Okay, let's have a few predictions, please, in the chat for everyone watching. Steve, you said this will be one of the most interesting games. It's the top two. Do Coast run away with the league leaders' shield, or do Foss Road cause a bit of a dilemma for Dimble?
I think it skips another week, and I think it's one apiece. I think two strongest sides in the league. So
Alf's gone 1-2 with his prediction. 7 minutes, but again, a lot of early action. Foss Road, so close to taking the lead there. Corner kick to the home side. Yellow card dished out as well. Both teams are having opportunities. Great chance that for Foss Road, again, not taken. Are they going to rue these misses? Another yellow card. Still both sides trying as we approach the halftime whistle. Zayaleus is the last name to go in the book for halftime. You said this was going to be interesting, Steve, and both teams are going for it.
Yeah.
Well, it felt like they were.
I hate this game for looking like there's loads of action, and you come at this and it's crap. It is. It feels like one of some of the games that have happened this season where it's been a bit to and fro in the East Coast are just sitting back, just taking it on chin, and then maybe giving a sucker punch. So the prediction maybe change at this present minute in time, maybe 1-0 East Coast now from where we are at half time. But I think, I know Duggan's here sorting Foss Road out. It's tight. Like I said, you've got the two best teams in the league, in fairness. So
both managers went as is, nice and early. As we reach the hour mark, another yellow card dished out. This time I believe it was from Van Bronckhorst. Still no goals. Could you get the sense it's a nervy affair out there, Steve?
Yeah, I think he could even play itself out the way it is. He's obviously not to worry about there. Would have maybe changed Ambrosini, Kovalchuk, because he's playing better, to give him a bit of creativity. But I understand what he's doing with his DMC. He's got two. He's got MC. He's got Kovalchuk's class there, as he always has been since he brought him in. Whenever it was a few seasons back, it was unbelievable. I just think it's going to go one either way now, in my opinion. I think there's going to be a goal.
I'm suggesting that it looks like there's a red card due.
One booking there.
Alex is here. Evening, Alex. So just flashed up the East Coast. We've got the Foss Road stuff here now. Again, I presume you're calling for Totti to come on at this point.
Yeah, of course I am, yeah. Oh, and there it is, yeah. Why?
Going up top.
Duggan and Moss love each other. They've got a love-hate relationship with Trezeguet. I mean, to be fair, he got in from me for Elguera, I think it was. And he has scored goals. I think he's been all right. But I agree with Duggan. Get him off.
Just waiting for confirmation from East Coast whether they're doing anything or whether they're quite content. Do we see Reyes return to the fold, or looking at those ratings, do you think Dimble will be quite content?
Yeah, I think it's as is. I think he's gone as is already, mate. I think.
Oh no, so that was for the first half. I haven't seen a second one. Oh, he's gone roll, please. There it is in the chat. So roll we shall. Half an hour to see if the top two can do something about this 0-0 scoreline. And time flying by. And there is the goal for Constantinou to give East Coast the lead. We will slow it down, see if we get some drama. Van Bronckhorst, Zambrotta, offside from Totti, 4 minutes being added on. Scholes. And there's a foul, indirect free kick to the home side. Ronaldinho takes it. Constantinou. Still Constantinou. Scholes. Emerson's offside. Free kick to the away team into stoppage time. Time ticking away. Last chance, maybe Gerrard. Still Gerrard. Ronaldinho gets booked. Free kick to Foss Road. Van Bronckhorst takes it, but Ambrosini clears it. That should be that. And East Coast take the 3 points.
Some sad this season, aren't there?
Very much so. Very, very much so. Alex asks, have I missed any 3-2s? No, mate, you've hardly missed anything because every game's ghost gamed. But no, you haven't missed any 3-2s. Ian? Well done, Ian. What's going on there? His name isn't Ian Alf.
Yeah.
Alex says, ouch, Foss on the slide. And then he realised.
The good thing is there's no chance of him falling out of playoffs, so he's actually getting in playoffs this season, and then it's all
I don't know. It's such a tight gap.
Okay. Edwards, cheers, Alf. I'll take.
Tato suggesting shenanigans.
Oh, no.
But there is it was an interesting clash of the top two. East Coast have probably all now but secured their playoff place. They got a more than decent gap. And it was Ambrosini, you mentioned him earlier, picking up the Man of the Match award.
Play well. Probably got the assist for goal. I should imagine if he's got Man of the Match.
No, he didn't.
No, but no, it was a pretty tight game that you couldn't really call. And obviously, goals could have gone in either way. So,
Stackington have made wholesale changes. They've called a number of reserve players up for this game and altered their formation. They go with something that looks a bit like this. Most interestingly, Steve, a throwback to the old Churchtown days, if you like. A three up top, Palermo, Morientes, and Inzaghi all thrown up together. It's almost as if he got fed up of me saying, what are they all doing in the reserves?
Yeah, but I think Kieran at Churchtown, I think that was the biggest return of goals, etc., from a team in Super League ever. You look at that side, and it's actually, apart from, did he get Montano from me? I probably drafted Montano to love him. Barring Montano.
No, he came from out of.
Yeah, well, it must have been last iteration that I got him in because he's a good player. I just think bar him, that, because we know if you look into the game itself, Yakubu's massively believable in terms of his PA. He's probably the strongest lineup that stacking up on our all season, in my opinion.
Okay. So yeah, just looking through the team, I personally wouldn't go with these two as centre backs, but again, it's personal preferences. Koku has been returned from the reserves. I want to say one of these two DMs has been called up. All three strikers have been called up as well. Elise's been called up. from the reserves as well. So clearly, Alex is trying things at this point, ready for what will likely be another season with this squad, to see what he can get out of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, and when you were talking to Odgie, like Morientes were unbelievable for Odgie. Lerisford, Arsley as well when he brought him in. I think it's best I've seen the Stackington side look for a little bit of time, in my opinion.
Despite media pressure, Patrick Kluivert remains in the team. Robert Pires is another reserve player that's been called up. I don't personally understand how a team with that in fact, I'm going to say a team with that back eight, from Van Bommel right back to the goalkeeper, are where they are in the league. I just don't understand it. And then when you've got Shevchenko and Kluivert up front as well, it's an embarrassment of riches still at the Vikings, isn't it?
Yeah, but you've been around long enough, mate, to know that Shevchenko does bits when he wants. Kluivert does okay when he wants. Certainly won't be paying Pires AMC. That's just my personal opinion.
He's been called up from the reserves specifically for this game.
But I agree with what you're saying. He's strong from MC back. So,
yes, he is.
Well, yeah, it's. I don't know where I am with this game, if I'm honest.
Okay.
Genuinely.
Sancte saying new manager curse. Quite possibly. Let's get some predictions in the chat, please. You said you don't know where, but we've got 2-1 Vikings. So you don't think the wholesale changes from Stackington's going to have a big effect for them?
And plus a little changes from Vikings as well. So I just think they've got better players in the 11.
Stackington has started quickly. Vikings building their way back into the game. Red card, though, and it's Mark Van Bommel. Wow, that's a big red card.
I mean, I don't know if Steve's about whatever, but for me, I'd be pulling Perez down and giving him a long arrow and roll. But that's just what I'd be doing. If you're pulling that formation, and that's because obviously that formation is what won me the thing. Mm-hmm. Luckily, and so
can't fluke a season, mate. Steve has been about, so I'm sure he.
Yeah.
Alex saying, if only I could get Inzaghi scoring. Maybe today's the day. You've got a red card. You've got an hour to play with an extra man. Maybe today's your day.
I mean, if he's in reserves, he can't score, can he? As well.
Alex, of course, you get the opportunity as well to make any changes with the red card. So if you could just let us know if you want to do anything. I doubt we could put at this point. Looks like one of the few men I did sort of criticise, if you like, Vialli having a good start to the game, already rating a 9.
Good defender. I think he's a very underrated defender in Super League. He played for Dimble Churchtown when he took over from Kieran, and he was brilliant. I genuinely think he's a very good defender on this game.
Still looks quite even. 4 minutes, it looked like that said, being added on to the end of the first half. Yellow card dished out. Shots from distance for Stackington. And there's the goal. And it's Montano with his first ever goal. That gap in the midfield left by Van Bommel has given the man who's just signed a longer-term contract, having originally signed on month-to-month terms, given the home side the lead. Big game at the bottom of the table, this. And Stackington have looked relatively effective in attack. They may not have created a great deal, but in this sort of game and after the form they've been in, Alex will probably be quite happy with this, won't he?
He's winning in there. The top and bottom is winning. Yeah, it's doing all right. And Montano from centre midfield is mental because I do like him as a player. I liked him on earlier champs when he was a little bit younger as well. But I think I don't know what it is with Vikings. They've got some really good players, and it's just not clicking. However, they're putting it together. But I'm sure it'll come good when they do.
Absolutely. Would you be making any changes if you were in charge of either of these sides?
Certainly not second, no.
This is horribly average for Vikings, this, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. You're looking at the... I probably, for the Vikings' point of view, I'd just probably put Soroczynski on for Pat Sat because he's on a 5. And I don't know.
So Alex is freshening up his DM line. So to confirm, he's moved Finnan from right to left. He's brought Elise on for Koku, and he's moved Yakubu out to the right.
Great player is Steve Finnan.
I'll have a bad word said about him, will you?
I not know. I just, like I say, I just think the only thing is possibly pass up for Soroczynski and just broke. So there's nothing out on that bench that inspires you that can turn it around.
Could we? I saw Stephen South put a message out on X earlier. Could we see both Inzagis on the pitch at the same time? So what have we got going on here? Pat Sag to DMR. Wolodenkov to AMR. Drop Perez back one. Like this. I'm presuming Simeone will get central and maybe there's some arrows involved here somewhere. I'll wait to see what Steve says. If it is like this, Steve, what do you make of it?
It's got some players in the positions that I've never played Pat Sat at DMR, so I don't know. I really can't comment on that, but he's a DMRC, etc. It's something different. You might as well give it a go. It's 2-0 down. You might as well give it a go.
He's 1-0 down.
1-0, sorry. He's losing. You might as well give it a go.
You may as well lose 2-0 if you're going to lose 1-0.
Exactly.
I haven't seen anything else, so I presume... there we go. Roll to 60 from there. So roll we shall. Let's see how both sides' changes affect this game. Vikings are looking quite attacking early doors, but here come the home side again. Question of how he missed that, and another one goes begging. And a couple of chances there for Stackington before the tactical break, Steve.
Yeah, it seemed it as well. They're obviously, I think it feels like they're gonna see it out, but
the interesting one, and while I understand why this has been put together the way it is, Inzaghi, who is on paper their best striker, has been struggling this season. I do know they've also got Zlatan in the reserves, who's got, I think it's 10 goals in 13 reserve games so far this season. Not had a look in.
I think I sent Zlatan their way as well. I saw that's the problem you've got. You know, he seems a great lad as Alex. When I see him on other night, you can overthink this stupid game that's basically a spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put Inzaghi in reserves and he could score 7-3 or something like that. It's not going to happen. You need to have your best players on the pitch at all times and just hope for the best. But I've been there and had that thought process of, surely they need to, but because it works when you're playing on an home save, doesn't it? You put somebody down. This isn't home save. This is different. You can't think the same.
Like that, Alex. So it's Etu for Inzaghi, who's the striker underperforming, and but he's asked for him to be dropped to AM. So I believe we're going something a bit like this.
But he said, I overthink it. I've been there, absolutely.
We all have.
Been there. I think my first season, we had 26 games, and I probably played 20 different formations. So I became that's what I became known for, just like changing it. Like Ian Edwards called me Tinkerman and this and other. You need to find something to sell on it, but look, we've all been there. where he is, and it's.
So he's making 3 changes. Soroczynski on for Patsazoglu, which is one you mentioned earlier. Dalmat's coming on for Perez, and he's got the forward arrow on now. And as one Inzaghi leaves the pitch, the other one comes on.
Ah, well, that's never played together then. You boring beggars, Perry.
Let's see what happens in the last 20 minutes. Palermo should finish. How many more of these Stackingtons? How has he not scored? Should have finished. So we're going to see. Free kick to Vikings. Oh, there's the header, but well saved by Shea Given. Simeone now. Ref stops play. Etu straight offside. 2 minutes being added on. And time's just ticking away. It's Stackington with a massive win. It may not have been goals galore with their 3 big strikers, but they did get the goal that was required and come away with 3 huge points.
Yeah, it were, for all intents and purposes, it was a good tight game, obviously, for where it was. Obviously, whatever happens next season, I'm happy for it all to carry on, but it's Steve Onier Montano playing centre midfield with an arrow getting man of the match. As skew with my view of him massively.
Again, he was largely unchallenged with after the Van Bommel red, though, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, massively. And I think during last iteration, I brought him in because he's a -2 and he's this that and other. But no, it's great. Excellent. But it's one of them. It goes down to one of them reasons of split weeks because so many foreign players playing. So
right, let's just we previewed every game, so let's just see if we can play any of these now. So we're going to try Dudley Sloths. We are your game, Steve. So let's just have a look at the situation. You find yourself just outside the playoffs before a ball is kicked. We know East Coast have won. We know Foss have lost. You could close the gap on them to 1 point if you win. Who else in this lot? We know Badgers won. I think everyone else ghosted. Exiles drew. So there's been some decent results for you here.
Yeah, there has, but I've won 3 in a row, and this game don't like you winning more than that, does it?
Well, Nedved has scored nice and early for you to go 1-0 up at home. Sloths hit the crossbar. They've seen results down the bottom end of the table as well. There's 2. It's Nicky Ferenko on 18. And are Dudley about to run riot on Sloths? Sloths still look very much in this. Battaglia gets put in the book. But that should be it. Sigalko makes it 3 before half-time. And that should be it for Sloths now. They're not going to get back into this one. Oh, and as I say that, Amoroso pulls 1 back. 3-1. Another former Dudley legend, if I remember correctly.
He played for us. We'll go that far.
So plenty chances. The only difference is, Steve, you took yours, where Sloths wasted theirs.
Yeah, definitely. Alf sent me a message earlier today saying, I think you'll find yourself back at playoffs place today. What absolute lovely man Alf is. But I feel like when you've won 3 in a row, it's hard to keep it up. But yeah, I can't not.
Fact. I'm going to start with the Sloth stuff because you can react live and Alf takes that a bit longer. Alex says, Steve, where does the team name come from?
Well, I'm secretary at my rugby club, which is Dudley Hill ARLFC. So, yeah, it's my rugby club, mate. I played Midland Chargers when they were, before they started going professional and stuff. We've gone down there, played a game. But yeah, it's my local rugby club who I'm secretary of. So,
quick look for you here. No discipline issues, no condition issues. I imagine you're going straight as is, aren't you?
Yeah, might as well. Yeah.
No, not as in Dudley Borough. No.
Bradford, West Yorkshire, mate. Sorry, I've been to Dudley though. I remember once obviously, as you know, Fyfie, I was a big man. I'd gastric bypass done, and I had quite a bit of money. I started doing a competition course, and and I had to go down to Dudley to get all my stuff for this course that I paid up front for. Yeah, rugby league, mate. I can't stand rugby union. It's I've watched one rugby union game all my life in the 2003 final, and I've seen Johnny Wilkinson kick that thing. So
just a slight tactical tweak for Alf, but he's not making personnel changes either. Let's see what happens in the second half.
I'm seeing Dimble saying he's seen us play, and he did. He come. We played at Featherstone, and his missus were at a thing, so he come down a couple of pints and watch a game of which he saw a fantastic game back where we were losing, and then we came back and won, and it was good. So
we have reached the hour mark here. No real concerns fitness wise. Few nines in there. Solid performance all round for your team here, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, Nedved man at match last week as well, and he's crap in it. There's something about Nedved. He should be great, but he's crap. But did okay last week, done okay this week. But yeah, it's gonna be as is, mate. Please.
Okay. As for Alf, Edgar Davids, who was a player that was spoken about, I believe, by Hodgie earlier, he is having a good game. They've managed to sort of stop you building on what there was, but they haven't built on their one consolation goal so far. Are you at all concerned that they might?
I think they'll get another. I really do. I don't know why. I think they'll get another.
Okay, so we got Donny coming on for Pablo, and then having a short arrow to Neto wing short arrow.
He's going defensive when he's losing 3-1. I mean, I love you, Alf, but hell, mate, that seems. If I lose 4-3 now, makes me look a pillock, doesn't it? Yeah.
Well, they're certainly still throwing everything they can at it. Zidane misses a chance. 4 minutes being added on. And Mackay wraps it up. He makes absolutely certain of it. 4-1, full-time whistle goes. You cannot be disappointed with that, really, can you, Steve?
No, definitely we play well there. I swear to God, if we're still 8th now after 4-0 bounce, I'm not going to
7th according to the league table.
Yeah, I'm going to go as is, and I'm not going to watch anything for the rest of the season. No, I'm not joking. I'm going to do that, but yeah, it's. But yeah, Nick is a good Nick.
Man of the match with 2 assists.
Yeah, it's no, that's it. Nice to see the performance. But when you look at it now, you got 4. It panics you. You won 4-0 bounce. Next game, it's going to be our game. Simple.
Right, let's see if we can play this Fulchester Sancte game then. We can. Lovely stuff. So a quick refresher of how the teams looked. You weren't overly impressed with the shape of the new midfield of Fulchester, whose manager Kitchen Dan is under a lot of pressure. And there was also questions about the recall for Placente from the reserves to play on the left side of holding midfield. A score prediction, please?
For some reason, I think Fulchester might sneak a 1-0 here, but it's central midfielders that I don't like playing where they are. But I think they might sneak a 1-0.
Okay. We kick the game off. Again, some early text and plenty of it for the home side. Corner kick. Danielson misses a good opportunity. Sancte holding on a little bit here, but now starting to see their attacking players mentioned, and there's Zenden to give them a 1-0 lead, perhaps against the run of play. But they weathered that storm for the first 20-odd minutes, and now they lead. And you can feel the tension growing in the stands. But there's Lamey with his first goal for the club on the stroke of halftime to level things up. And we reach halftime, Steve, 1 apiece.
Yeah, I thought Fulchester were going to do something. I think Michael, as we talked about him before, it was Ghost game as well. Good player who goes for 20 million, which is a big 21 million, which is a big, massive mistake on Game's part. But he looks fantastic. And if you look at his, obviously, I look a little bit further in, you look at his mental stats, he's a superb player, really. But, I mean, I can't say I'm not happy by that because Sancti are on my tails as I'm going into playoffs, which I do feel like I'm need to apologise to Ross for being happy about it, but it could be out in second half.
Do you feel if Fulchester can at least hold on to this point, then that is Sancti kind of out of the equation now? They were the ones on the outskirts of it at the start of the night.
I'd say never out because of 3 game weeks after this. So if they've got 9 points, they're in. But, you know, there's always a thing of, I feel like I'm that team at the minute that's dropped. I were up there, I was second, third, fourth for a long time of the season. And I've been out and I've been bottom. And I'm going that way. And I feel like I'm that team that might scrape in a playoffs, which is never going to win it from there. But
as we reach the hour, Mark Kerr has scored to put Sancti back in front. So that's a huge, huge goal for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there you go.
I haven't seen Dan, so that's just for his reference when he watches back. Let's talk about Sancti and Ross. Mark Kerr up to a 9 for his performance. Decent performance all round looking at those ratings.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Placente with an 8 there. Ridiculous. Their goal percentage should be on an 8 playing in that position, if I'm honest.
Placente is a fantastic player.
Good player. DML, a very good player. I'm in agreement with you. But, yeah, just be kicking people left, right, and centre. But no, it's, you know what? I think he got Mark Kerr from me as well. No, it's one of them. You see all these players. Oh, do you want him? Do you want him? It seems like they all. I think every player at the league, as well as the next little players, we always have laughs about.
Lucio has equalised with his first ever goal for the club. Now we really have got pressure. 2 managers under pressure. What's going to happen next in this crazy game? 15 minutes to play. Here comes Sancti again. Free kick. Riquelme to take it. Floats it in. Deflects off the wall. And now the home side on the counter-attack. Danielson, Viduka. Danielson again. Comes to nothing. You just feel there's one more in this, but you just don't know which way. Beckham. Jorgatos. Into the final 10. Into the final 5. Here come the away side again. Laney picks it up now. 3 minutes added on. Not quite into them yet. Zenden. Foe. Van Nistelrooy. Riquelme picks it up. Frey with the save. Kerr, Zenden. Still Zenden. Ayala, Riquelme picks it up into injury time. Final whistle. A pulsating game, Steve, that ends 2 apiece.
I mean, I said we're all, so I think it's worthy of that. I think both did all right. I think it's probably worthy of a draw.
Mark Viduka, another legendary name, picks up the Man of the Match award. Lucio had a good game as well. And considering the pressure that Fulchester were under, yes, he might not have got the win, but you look at those ratings, I think Dan will be very happy with that.
Very, very, very good performance. Good performance. You can't like he's like Alex just said. Then a good game. It's been a night of good game so far. So whatever next one brings, it'll bring. But yeah,
you'll be happy to see. You'll be happy to see Placente drop back down to a 7, but again, a fairly solid away performance from Sancti.
Yeah, massively. And if I'm honest, they were on my tailcoats for challenging for playoffs, which is you know me, I'm not a type of person that does that, but when you're thinking you're all in a race to try and get in top 6,
yeah.
I think it suits me, does that result, which I apologise to Ross for, but
I think this might be the last game of the night.
It is.
And it's the one that we wanted to start with.
It is.
Bern versus LSK. Again, just a very quick reminder. Ndai back in. Youngberg suspended. Vieira moves into centre mid with Veron. As for LSK, Tristan is recalled to the first team to sit on the bench. Sylvestre joins Honsho in defence. Sancte saying, didn't set the world alight there, but a point away from home against potential banana skin. Take it and run. Final game of the night then, Steve. Can I have a score prediction, please?
2-1 Burn.
Well, there's the one. Zanoni wasting no time.
Loves Zanoni.
And it's taken Burn a little while to play their way into this game. Veron goes in the book, as does I believe that was Honsho.
This absolutely throws the playoff in things out as well. If Los Santos get a result here, it throws it massively out.
Well, I'm hoping that I leave it in a nice, fun place for Martin to take over the reins again from next week. And we do have an injury, and just back in the team, and now Ndai's injured again.
It's got big cards in it. So I haven't seen Ian knocking him out, but...
Oh, I thought I saw him earlier. Hang on.
It's going to be.
Yeah, he has been him out.
Dudley the legend, because Kaladza as well.
Could it be Agahawa and Vieira drops back into holding midfield again?
I mean, yeah. That's I just know Ian is with his setup.
Yeah.
You know, there's keep everything as is.
While we just wait for confirmation of what he wants to do, is the aim? Well, I mean, obviously it's the aim, but is the target just getting into the playoffs, or do you want to firmly establish yourself in there with a couple of games to go?
Yeah, I just look to playoffs, mate. The thing is, I mean, obviously, I don't know about your opinion. When you've won it once, you relax about it a lot more.
Yeah.
You know, and
got nothing left to prove.
Yeah, sort of thing. And it's just like been in playoffs. And since I won it, I've been in playoffs near enough every time. If I don't get in playoffs this time, might be a little bit like, but we all know if you finish fifth, sixth, apart from Greavesy doing it from sixth at that time, it's never happened. So
that injury did come on the stroke of half time, as it was anyway. Burn have had the majority of the attempts, but they've been quite wasteful. LSK have taken full advantage of what they've been able to create.
Yeah, it's where Scott has been doing it, because obviously he's been away for a while, but now he's found a way. He's got this lovely new girlfriend that he's with, but he's found a way to be getting back involved with the game, and I think it helps so much if you're playing the game with this. I haven't played it much. I've been trying to do this every trophy thing that mine's doing, but things take over. But he's found a way of being involved with the game again, and I think it helps massively if you're playing the game to help with this massively.
Oh no, definitely. And this is actually quite possibly the last thing I do on this laptop. I've got a new laptop being delivered, which should make all my streaming and that bit better camera and stuff. But I've not downloaded Champ and stuff on it yet. So this could be the very last thing I do on my old trusty laptop.
Well, if it's Windows 11, don't download Starter Kit because it won't work.
I never do Starter Kit anyway. I just do ODB and that's it.
You'll be all right, mate. You'll be more than all right.
Okay, both managers essentially going as is. Burn just made a slight tactical tweak, swapping Agahawa and Aymar around. Let's resume the action. And there's an equaliser, and it's Agahawa. Oh, it's been ruled off. Shax goes in the book. Clear your hard drive. What's the benefit of Starter Kit, asks Alex.
I think if anybody needs to clear their hard drive, I don't think it's you, Fyfie. I think it's the man asking. As we've been talking since he's been involved in the league. Starter Kit, Alex, is you can have patches, you can do things. It's great. It really is great. But again, it's how we want to play the game. So,
and for anyone who doesn't know, explain the patches.
yeah, so you can turn it on so you can sign anybody from all over the world. No work permits needed. It speeds it up. You can play 200 times speed. You can do all sorts, and because I as we got older, I get frustrated if I'm playing an original game. I can't do it with just watching. Now I've done it, I can't watch game on a normal. Like this is different, obviously. This because this is normal speed. But if you're playing at home, I can't watch it on this normal speed.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. That is what Smuts does. Essentially, cheating because he doesn't play by the rules of, they need to have so many international caps because he can't be bothered.
Yeah, which is why I used to like. I remember me and Dimble did when we first come across each other during the start of COVID. We played a network save, and he was Millwall, and I was Bradford. The good thing about Bradford is Bradford could offer 40 grand a week wages at the time. So I got Sigalco and got Nicky Frenko in. Still finished second at Twilight, but
Depends the scores from the spot to level things up. It was nice when I got my hands on the save again to see that we've got a season where he's scoring goals.
Yeah, I think I said one apiece on this one as well. Here
comes Jacques. Still Jacques. Free kick. 4 minutes being added on. Buffon has the ball. Into injury time. Nothing's happening. There's the final whistle. And it is another 1-1.
These results seem to have possibly gone in my favour tonight with me winning.
Very much so. Despite his injury, and I picked up Man of the Match award, which says a lot for how the second half was.
46-minute injury, but it's 9 and a Man of the Match.
And Alex says, if I use the starter kit, could I download a patch for the Leicester title-winning season?
What you need to do is you just need to download the database, and then you put the database in a folder in the starter kit thing, and then you can just load it from there. So
speak to your mate Smarts. He will be able to talk you through that. He does that. He does all
that
sort of stuff.
Must tell you. You just need to download the zip file, put it in a folder, and then open it through a starter kit. It's easy.
Well, that brings to an end tonight's entertainment, and let's go through the classifieds. Badgers 2, Stanley 1, Dudley Hill 4, Sloths 1, East Coast 1, Foss Road 0, Exiles 1, Haggis 1, Fulchester 2, Sancte 2, Burn 1, LSK 1, Stackington 1, Vikings 0. Yes, Tate, that does say Badgers 2nd.
It says Dudley Hill 7th as well. I'm 4 in a row, and I'm still 7th.
And that leaves the league table looking like this. East Coast top on 45, Badgers 5 points behind on 40. Then we've got 3 teams, Foss Road, Haggis and Burn on 38. LSK 37, Dudley Hill in 7th on goal difference only, also 37. Exiles a point further back, 36. Sancte 6 points behind with 9 to play for, aren't out of it, but probably going to be too much. They're on 31. Then in that race for the bottom, we've got Vikings 17, Stanley 20, Fulchester 22, Sloths 22, Stackington 23. So it says, not sure if my eyes doth deceive me. Not like me to be fucking class, is it? Well, Steve, that's it for tonight. Thank you very much. Reminder of the fixtures for when Martin takes over. I'm not sure when the next episode is. I imagine it'll be sometime in the next 7 days. I hope you've all enjoyed these 2 episodes with me. Enjoy the rest of the season. Good luck to those who make the playoffs. And Steve, over to you for some final words.
No, mate, it's been class having you back on. Loved Thursday. I say I love Thursday night. You on my birthday, and you were a knock on from someone's telling me. And I seen the cabaret of people that were on board. It was class having everybody back involved. I thought you could do. I said it that night, and here I'll just come and get involved and help if I can. And no, great having you back involved, mate. Great having you around it. Great to see you playing game again. You know, you and your idiot mate, like doing a network save. And I'm gonna get bummed by stacking and after winning 4 in a row. That's simple.
Well, Steve, it's been an absolute pleasure. Again, thanks everyone. Please do, share everything. Go and get the link off YouTube, share it on all your Twitter pages and stuff. Let's really get it out there and build it up. Martin will be back in charge to lead you through. Alex says you are to lead you through the rest of the season. The last couple of days has been an absolute pleasure, though. Thank you so much for having me back. Until next time. Goodbye.
See you, lads.